Good day, I'm Monica Bester, the leading learning and development facilitator at Xero International. I'm also the Xero champion and Xero tax specialist. Today I'll just be showing you a useful trick in Xero, and that is cache coding. So generally we would process transactions using the Reconcile tab. That is something that we have gone through in the past, so you're welcome to watch that video as well. What we're going to do now is cache coding. This is generally a useful feature when you have a vast amount of transactions to reconcile. So I'm going to share my screen and take you through those steps. You would notice that we are in the demo company for training purposes, and we are on the Reconcile tab. So this might look familiar to you. You'd notice that here's a couple of OKs ready to go in your processing, automatic suggestions that Xero make about the processing. What we want to look at today is the cache coding tab, and I'll take you through that shortly. I just want to mention that before you move on to your cache coding tab, it's quite important that you come in to your Reconcile tab and you reconcile all your bills and your invoices before looking at the cache coding tab. All right. So the reason for this is we cannot use the cache coding tab to allocate bills and invoices. So it's best to first look at your Reconcile tab, tick off the items that you can there that displays OK, and then move on to your cache coding tab once you have those odd ones out of the way. Right. So your cache coding tab, just to mention again, this is a demo company that's been set up not specific to UK tax rates. So you might notice that these tax rates look a bit odd, but just bear with me. The video is not processing VAT. It's just to process your entries. All right. So right away, you'd see some of these have already been indicated. This pulls through from your Reconcile tab where your processing has been suggested. Okay. So when you have multiple items to process, what you can do is you can sort according to supplier as mentioned, and then you'd notice, for example, all these parking items are now together. Okay, they have been suggested, but if this was the incorrect account and it should be taken to general expenses, that could also be changed quite easily. Like you'd see, I selected all of them and I just clicked general expenses. Okay, but this is in fact travel. So let's just put our travel national, and there we go. All of them have updated again. Okay, now you can save and reconcile these ones, and then they would be out of your way. So that's 5 done in quite a short time. So here we can, once again, we can select multiple entries and change the allocation for all of them at once. We can sort according to our supplier. We can sort according to our supplier. We can also sort according to description. All right, so if your description, let's say you have a director's loan and you always put loan repayment as your description, you can sort for that, select all of them and allocate them to the correct account. I want to select these. So I want to select these ones. And these look to me like parking. I want to allocate that to travel. Okay. If these, let's say, just for example, if this was parkings as well, if this was parking as well, you would also be able to select this odd one here at the bottom with the rest. Okay. Now I want to allocate these ones, and that's bank charges. Right. So now I'm going to put your bank fees, and that it picks up there. Okay. So what we can do is we can save and reconcile these ones, right? Or we can save and reconcile all. And you would notice that all of the ones that we have allocated thus far are going to disappear from this page. Right. So that's just quite useful in Xero if you have a vast amount of transactions to allocate, especially if a lot of them are, let's say, director's loan or general expenses. Come into the cash coding tab after you've allocated your bills and your invoices, and to use this function to just speed up that processing, because you can filter, you can sort. It's quite nice. You can also apply rules, as we have here. We can apply rules here. It gives you your spend money rules and your receive money rules, if that is something that you would like. Hope this was useful and that it speeds up your bulk processing. Please join us in the future for more training sessions.